Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. Mr. G back with you. It's been about 3 weeks since we did a video because I had a lot going on and then I had vacation. So we went again to Alaska this year. But this time we went to the family. And yes, we did bring back COVID once again. But it was a very weak COVID. It was like sniffles. So I'm like, okay, that's what, I didn't even take a test. My sister-in-law and my mother-in-law, they took COVID tests, but my wife and I didn't because it was so mild. It was like the sniffles or whatever. I'm like, okay. So we caught a very weak COVID when we came back. We spent a couple of days at some relatives that live out on Kimono Island in Washington. It was a beautiful trip to Alaska. I do have pictures to share. I don't think I shared pictures on the videos last year, but we will share some pictures. Today we're going to just do some pictures from when we went out to Washington and some surprising photos that I didn't realize that I caught. And we're going to see those at the end of the video. But we're going to show pictures of the parts of Alaska like Skagway and Ketchikan, as well as Glacier Bay. So we're going to see pictures from those areas as well, and Victoria, British Columbia. So let's get started with the weather forecast. And the weather has been very interesting while Mr. G was gone. Oh, I was so mad. I missed a hurricane. God damn it. A hurricane. Seriously? Really? Hurricane Beryl hit Texas, Category 2. But there was a time that it was a Category 5 over the Caribbean. So we had our first major hurricane of the season. Oh God, I was so irritated that I was on vacation and I was away from my studio and I couldn't do a video for you guys. Oh my God. So anyway, so we're gonna get started and with our first slide here, and we're gonna talk about some thunderstorms. So man, we came home to some thunderstorms across the upper Midwest. Woo! We had some storms last night. Whoa! Very rough thunderstorms moved across the Twin Cities last night and the day before. So Saturday and then to Sunday. Saturday night, Sunday morning, some very vigorous thunderstorms. Large hail, damaging winds. It rained very hard. And we're going to see that threat again today and tonight across northeastern Illinois. So Chicago, Milwaukee, where the Republican National Convention has started. So Fifth Serve Arena, they have a forum there. They've began the festivities for the Republican National Convention because our President Trump took a bullet to the ear and at his rally on Saturday or Sunday, whenever, and you know, praying that he is okay and that the president will be all right there. So, but here we are with those thunderstorms again across the upper Midwest, and we're going to see a 4 out of 5 chance for severe weather today and tonight across the upper Midwest there through Illinois, parts of northwestern Indiana, southern Wisconsin, eastern Iowa, as well as the Michigan, Indiana, and Ohio. We're going to be seeing those severe thunderstorms. We saw a tornado possibly across northern Illinois last night. There was a tornado, possibly. National Weather Service has not confirmed it, but a building did suffer some minor damage, so a possible weak tornado. But we're going to be seeing large hail, damaging winds, possible tornadoes, heavy rain, so a lot of severe weather across the upper Midwest, northern Illinois, southern Wisconsin, eastern Iowa, southeastern Minnesota, Indiana, Ohio, and Michigan. And we're going to see the possibility of thunderstorms across Pennsylvania and maybe even upstate New York, as far westward as Buffalo, and maybe up to Rochester as well. We can see some severe thunderstorms tonight. Here is that tornado threat tonight across the upper Midwest. So northern Illinois, eastern Iowa, we have the potential for tornadoes, damaging winds, and we're going to see large hail across eastern Iowa especially, but the potential there for large hail exists all the way into Wisconsin and northern Illinois. It's going to be hot too across the east. It was 90 degrees across the Twin Cities on Sunday, and we saw those temperatures very warm out there again today. So we're going to see heat advisories across the eastern half of the United States as far as through Wednesday. So heat advisory across the Midwest there, from Arkansas to Missouri through central and southern Illinois, central Indiana, southern Ohio, West Virginia, and we're going to see the potential there for excessive heat into parts of the east there, from New York all the way down through the mid-Atlantic states, through Cape Hatteras, North Carolina. We're going to see that potential for excessive heat. So Charleston, South Carolina, through Myrtle Beach, Cape Hatteras, through Richmond, Virginia, Washington, New York, all the way up to Boston is going to be hot in the east, and we're going to see those temperatures in the upper 90s. And we're going to see those low to mid 90s, upper 90s up here around Philadelphia. 98 degrees for a high today in Philadelphia. Harrisburg will see a high of 99 degrees, but everybody else will be in the low to mid 90s. And we're going to see that heat again, that 99 to here across the mid-Atlantic. So Greenville, South Carolina, those temperatures way up there near 100 degrees. 97 in Norfolk. Ocean City, we're looking at 89 degrees for your area. 97 in Norfolk. Greenville is 99. 100 in Fayetteville. Charlotte, 99. Raleigh is also 99. And we're looking at temperatures in the upper 90s. Knoxville, Tennessee. Lexington, Kentucky, 96 degrees. Charleston, West Virginia will be 98. That was your high. And then we saw hot as hell today across the plains. Triple digits. Low 100s here. Oklahoma City, Kansas, 105 in Wichita, 103 in Oklahoma City, Amarillo, 104. So, man, it's hot as shit across the plains, across the Midwest. So it's very hot, very, very hot, and isolated to scattered thunderstorms as well. Everybody here has a thunderstorm risk across the Midwest over the next several days through midweek. The risk for severe thunderstorms is going to be possible, and it's going to remain hot and humid through the middle part of the week. Again, here is those heat advisories that we're going to see through the day and into your evening hours tonight across the plains and the deep south. Heat advisory is going to remain in place. Excessive heat there on the coastal areas on the East Coast as those temperatures soar near 100. Here is your weather forecast for your Monday. We saw showers and thunderstorms. The potential for showers and storms exists across the upper Midwest, through the Rockies, the northern Rockies, the high plains. That severe weather outbreak potential here across the upper Midwest through Illinois, Indiana, Michigan, Ohio, Wisconsin, Iowa again, but some scattered to isolated thunderstorms will be possible across Shenandoah through the mid-Atlantic states. Some severe weather is possible through parts of the Northeast, so Pennsylvania through upstate New York. We're going to see some severe thunderstorms. Isolated to scattered thunderstorms in New England, so Maine down through Boston, and the mid-Atlantic, we're going to see some isolated thunderstorms. Dry weather across Texas mostly. Monsoonal moisture will begin to continue to increase across the Four Corners and the desert Southwest. So we're going to look for gully washers. We saw a lot of heavy rain across Tucson where they don't have the drainage for the heavy rain. So we saw a lot of flash flooding in the streets on Saturday and Sunday as they have thunderstorms. The monsoon thunderstorms developing there across the Four Corners and the desert Southwest. We're going to see much the same tomorrow. Maybe a shot of some showers and thunderstorms across the upper Midwest and the northern plains. But we're going to see some fire weather down here across the central plains over Oklahoma and Kansas. Maybe some isolated thunderstorms begin across the Four Corners, Colorado, Utah, Arizona, New Mexico. Showers and thunderstorms are going to be possible. Now, a lot of these storms will be dry thunderstorms, so we're going to see the potential for fires because of lightning. So there is a risk for fires from lightning strikes, so we will have to watch for that danger. The potential for showers and thunderstorms across the east and the southeast. And through the mid-Atlantic states, we're going to see some severe thunderstorms through parts of the northeast. So a risk for severe weather through parts of upstate New York, western Pennsylvania, eastern Ohio, heavy rain and flooding across parts of the Ohio Valley. So southern Indiana, Kentucky, southern Illinois as well. We're going to see the potential for severe thunderstorms tomorrow. And then as we get into your Wednesday, showers, thunderstorms possible in much of the east, isolated to scattered thunderstorms. Not much in the way of severe weather expected as we get into the mid part of the week. The thunderstorms will continue across the Four Corner states, so more monsoon moisture down there across Arizona and New Mexico especially. We can see some storms through parts of Colorado and maybe into eastern Wyoming and the western plains as well, as a little bit of that moisture gets transported over that area. So that is your weather forecast, and now it's time to look at some pictures. And I took a few pictures. Most of these pictures were me warming up the camera. I bought a camera specifically for these vacations, a DSLR camera, but it's kind of a beginner camera. It's not the most expensive. It's a T100, not like a T7 or T8 or nothing like that. It's a Canon Rebel. But I took some warm-up pictures to kind of get familiar and comfortable with the camera. And I took some pictures, and I accidentally got some pictures kind of my city. That's the city of St. Paul, downtown St. Paul. This is where I live, in the city of St. Paul. But I'll show you something really cool as well that I inadvertently picked up on the picture. And then it's also another part of my city, St. Paul area in the Twin Cities. This is I-94 coming out of downtown St. Paul. It's right there. Minneapolis is off in distance. And then here's another picture of the Twin Cities once again. And if we look closely right here, you'll see a stadium. You see the stadium right here? Now on this picture, you'll see the little stadium right about here. That's Allianz Field, the soccer stadium they built around where I live. I live across the street kind of from that soccer stadium. So it's really cool. I was pleasantly surprised to realize that I took a photo of this Allianz Field from the air, from the plane. This is when we took off from the airport here in the Twin Cities, and I managed to catch a photo of the Allianz Field, and basically that's the area where I live, right over there. So my neighborhood, yay! Again, downtown Minneapolis. Right here is U.S. Bank Stadium where the Vikings play. This is the Viking Stadium right about there. U.S. Bank Stadium, downtown Minneapolis, right here. I didn't even realize that I caught a photo of both Minneapolis and St. Paul. I was just taking a picture of the ground. This here is a picture as we were heading northwest away from the Twin Cities. This here is Lake Minnetonka. The big lake west of the cities. The biggest lake in this part of Minnesota is, well, the biggest lake is Lake Mille Lacs, but that's a little bit further to the north. But just to the west of town, we have this area here, and all of this region is Lake Minnetonka. This is where the rich folks live here in the Twin Cities. The really rich people, the multi-million dollar, this is where the $20 million houses are, right over this region where Lake Minnetonka. So we got Lake Minnetonka there, the rich side of town. Down the Cascades, we got the mountains out west, the Cascades. Now I'm not really sure where we were. We were flying over, and I took this picture. Definitely out west, probably somewhere over Washington. We were almost to Seattle. And this is Mount Rainier. So we got Mount Rainier and some of the Cascade Mountain Range there. More of the Cascades. Woo! These are some rugged peaks. There's a lot of snow out there still. Still a lot of snow. The Cascade Mountain Range. This is the Willamette River. Flew over the Willamette River in central Washington. Right before Seattle. More of the Cascades. Lots of snow. Look at those rugged mountain peaks out there. Beautiful. Seattle. The city of Seattle, baby. Hell yeah. That was great. And I love this picture too. As we were coming into the airport, Seattle, Washington. There's the Space Needle over there. So the beautiful city of Seattle. Got that on film. Now once we got to the airport, got our Uber. We were headed to our hotel. This is a picture as we were approaching downtown Seattle. And that's all the pictures I have for you today. But anyway, thank you for watching today's video. My name is Mr. G. I will share more videos through the week on future videos this week. We'll share more of the trip to Seattle or to Alaska. So thank you for watching today. Leave your likes, comments, and subscribe to the channel. And remember, take care of everybody because it's really effing hot out there. So do the best you can to stay cool and be comfortable. And I will see you guys all tomorrow. Bye-bye.